Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Zach Pasquarello, and I am a bookkeeper. I'm an accountant. I own my own bookkeeping business, and this year I started my own trucking company. So my background is in accounting, and I just started a trucking company. So a little bit more background information about me. I used to work at Chewy and Amazon. So I worked at a warehouse for 2 years, and then I got out of the warehouse industry and I started my own accounting business. And so I have a little bit of distribution and logistics experience as a background, but my main focus is accounting and finances. And I wanted to start up a new venture. So I bought a box truck and I bought, and I started a trucking company. So I wanted to make this quick video and show you all the perspective of a new business owner, a new box truck owner, coming at it from a different angle because I have a lot of accounting experience, so I understand a lot of the business and finances and accounting and bookkeeping aspects of the industry. I don't have much driving experience, but I think I can offer you guys a lot of value from a bookkeeping and accounting perspective. So I hope this video helps anybody, everybody, somebody. Feel free to reach out to me if you ever have specific questions about, bookkeeping or accounting or trucking. I've got a box truck. So I'm just going to jump right into it. I'm going to go line by line, go through my July profit and loss. So this is straight from QuickBooks. If you guys are using QuickBooks, you probably recognize the screen. If you guys aren't using QuickBooks, I definitely recommend it. But if you guys need help, my website, harrisburgbookkeeping.com. You can find me on Facebook, Harrisburg Bookkeeping. I'd be happy to help you all with your accounting and bookkeeping and taxes, especially for trucking. But I want to show you guys my personal experience, my trucking company, most recently this past month. So I bought the truck, went through all the registration fees and all of that stuff, and I picked up the truck in like the first week of July. So this is all very new. And as you can see here, the very first line, my income, I only did one load. So I made $600 in the entire month of July. So newsflash, if you guys don't have a lot of cash starting this business, I started back in April with all of like getting my own authority and all the registration, UCR, BOC3, like all that stuff. I started back in April. So April, May, June, it took me 3 months before I even got my truck. And then in the first month of having my truck, I was only able to do one load. And that's because I had to go through some maintenance, had some growing pains with some dispatchers. But I'll explain that in a second. So I did one load in the first month I got my truck. So I received $600 for that one load. And then down a little bit further, you can see there dispatcher fees. I spent $200 on a dispatcher. And then fuel, that fuel is so high because I drove the truck home from North Carolina to Pennsylvania. So I spent money on the fuel in that first month. So already that first month I spent more on fuel than I even earned in income. Hopefully this month is a little bit better. So right there, between dispatcher fees and my truck fuel, I already am in the negative. Okay. So that's not even taking into consideration all the other expenses, which I'll scroll down here a little bit. Okay, so um, this bank charges and fees, I got reimbursed for um, a lien on my truck. So I paid $84 to get a lien put on my truck whenever I got the loan from the bank. And then I got those fees reimbursed. So that's why that's negative. Spent $12 to get driver history from PandaDoc, from Pennsylvania Department of Transportation. My driver, I'm not the driver, I just own the truck, but I had to get the driver history for my driver. And then factoring fees. Very important that you guys account for your factoring fees. You want to know your total revenue, and then you want to subtract out your factoring fees. Don't take your income from the factoring company as your total revenue because that's just not accurate. You guys want to capture all of your expenses. So take your revenue from your rate con and then subtract out your factoring fees. So here I spent $143 on factoring fees. I think they charged me like $120 initially upfront to do whatever factoring companies do. I forget the exact information, but they charge like 2.99%. It's pretty standard for new trucking companies, new business owners. So they charge 2.93% basically, and I get my money within 24 hours. Insurance, that's a big one. $893 every single month. I'm spending that on insurance. Um, that's just the name of the game. I think I've got a pretty good rate because myself and my driver, we have a pretty clean driving record. Interest paid, so I paid $71 of interest on my truck loan. So I took out a loan for $28,000 to get my truck, and that's just interest paid. So every single month you're going to pay your truck loan. Make sure you split the principal and the interest payments. I'm getting, this is a very broad overview. This is just my monthly profit and loss for the first month of owning my truck. Job supplies for my truck. So I bought a pallet jack. I got ratchet straps. I think I got a flashlight. Just miscellaneous. Just be prepared to spend, a lot of money up front. That's kind of the whole overarching theme of this video. Be prepared to spend a lot of money up front on your box truck and on your trucking company. So I bought a pallet jack, bought some other random supplies. So I captured all of that here in job supplies. Office supplies and software. I spent $125 on a truckstop.com subscription for the load board, and I'm not even using it. I mean, I just have a dispatcher now. My dispatcher's great. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how you guys do it, but I'm pretty new. I've got a dispatcher. I pay him 10%. It's working out well for me so far. I'm not able to find box truck loads on the load board. I don't know how you dispatchers and you brokers do it, but maybe I'll figure it out someday. But I'm going to cancel that subscription. So I'm not even going to use a load board. I'm just going to rely on my dispatcher for now. Registration fees. This is a big one. I was not expecting to pay this much, but to register a commercial vehicle, especially one that weighs as much as our box trucks do, it's expensive. So to register, get the registration and tags, I spent $740 at my Department of Transportation. So be prepared to spend a hefty amount every single year to register your vehicle. And then here's the real kicker. So I got my truck from Penske. I was hoping that it would be in a little bit better condition than it is, but it wasn't. So I had to spend $1,000 on tires, $300 on an oil change, $61 on an inspection, and then just $372 on other general maintenance. So be prepared to spend a lot. The first month alone, I spent $1,750 on maintenance on my box truck. And then lastly, I spent $38 on tolls. I bought an Easy Pass, so that's what that was. $38 on the Easy Pass. That way I can just go through toll roads and without having to stop. And then lastly, this is very important. Make sure you guys are capturing your depreciation on your profit and loss. So here is depreciation. It's typically commercial vehicles depreciate over 5 years. So take the total amount of your truck, divide it by 60, and every single month that is your depreciation expense. So just because you buy a truck for $28,000, $30,000, $50,000 today does not mean that in 2021 you get to write off a $30,000 expense this year. You have to depreciate the total value of your truck over 5 years or 60 months. So capture that depreciation expense every single month. And then the first month I got my truck, I am negative $5,000. So there's my net income for the first month. I'm hoping next month is a little bit better. I've got a driver. He's going to go over the road. Hopefully he and my dispatcher can make some more money. But this was the first month I got my truck. I think I picked it up like the weekend of July 4th. And then I ran one load, made $600, and spent $5,600 on everything. Registration, maintenance, factoring. Yeah. So I'm going to keep making these videos. I think this could be really helpful, a different perspective for all of you box truck owners, business owners, Sprinter van owners. I'm going to keep making these videos as I progress through my business. Hopefully my net income starts going towards the positive. That way I'm not losing money and, I can start reaping some reward from this. But if you guys want me to make any other videos for trucking specifically and bookkeeping, please reach out to me, harrisburgbookkeeping.com. Message me here on Facebook. You can find my email address on my website. And I will talk to you all in the next video. And cheers to August. Stay safe out there driving your trucks. Stay cool. I know it's hot. And I will talk to you all in the next one.